Over the past 10 years, the Namibia Biomass Industry Group has been championing the biomass sector, helping to establish new markets, foster industry growth, training and collaboration. Celebrating 10 years as NBIG, we reflect on what has been accomplished and what is to come.
Namibia Biomass Industry Group, known as NBIG, is one of the leading member-based associations in Namibia, representing quite a large, diverse number of players in the biomass industry, those who are involved in harvesting, processing, as well as equipment suppliers for processing biomass. But of course, we shouldn't forget about institutions of higher learning who are more involved in research and development. Therefore, we exist as NBIG for the issue of bush encroachment. We know that Namibia is devastated by the problem of bush encroachment, which is degrading our agricultural land and therefore limiting carrying capacities for livestock. And this is where Namibia Biomass Industry Group capitalizes. So we are there to actually provide advisory services in upscaling the utilization of biomass, in the same way restoring our ecosystems.
Well, I think if we look back about 10 years ago, where we stood with the national disaster, if I might call it like that, the bush encroachment in Namibia, there weren't any real value chains on the table on how to utilize this bush biomass, these invasive species. And looking back at what NBIG did for the past 10 years makes me extremely proud how from almost nothing an industry has evolved in utilizing this bush biomass, creating value chains and really contributing to having a positive impact on climate change.
NBIG's role in the biomass sector over the last decade has been critical because it's proven that the sector is mature enough to sustain a representative body. And that gives investment and investors confidence. It gives the government confidence that private sector is willing to engage in a controlled and representative manner. It gives donor funders confidence that the organization can utilize funds for the development of the sector. And it becomes an anchor point for anyone who's looking at becoming involved within the sector.
You know, we are responsible for regulating the sector. So it's very important that we take on board or into consideration some of the concerns and issues that the industry has. And NBIG has played that very, very, very well. On research, as well as product development, you know, whether it's now biomass-based value chains, you know, NBIG has been very, very important. And also it has served as a hub of information. If we're looking for information related to the biomass industry in Namibia, reliably provided that information by NBIG. The central and the major one that I must also mention is that the NBIG has been facilitating the Biomass Fair. And the Biomass Fair has been bringing together a number of players, policymakers, industry producers, as well as manufacturers. And this has been a place where we network, we share information, we discuss policy issues, and we discuss development in and around the biomass sector. So that has been a partnership that we have with NBIG.
So Standard Bank is a proud partner of NBIG, especially to the Biomass Fair. And Standard Bank Namibia is one of the largest and biggest financial institutions in the country that just turned 110 years old. So we're celebrating also 110 years. And we're really committed to driving Namibia's growth and unlocking opportunities for all the Namibians.
Every year we are the diamond sponsor of the Biomass Fair, and we do that to demonstrate our commitment to sustainable energy solutions and also to support the biomass sector to grow. The biomass industry is a transformational sector. It has the potential to create jobs and stimulate local economy. It has the potential to improve rangeland health and promote biodiversity. So it's a sector that have enormous potential. It's a sector that has even the capacity to help us generate more foreign earnings. It is that kind of sector that we say we are turning an environmental challenge into an economic opportunity to support climate resilience and also at the same time sustainable development.
The mission of NBIG, mainly, we are there as an objective of catalyzing, or developing this bio-based industry. And with that, we need to actually catalyze it in a responsible manner. Therefore, a very good example I can bring across there is the advocacy which NBIG puts into outreaching regulatory issues, as well as promotion of certification systems. A very good example I can give is NBIG has been one of the first organizations in Africa to actually be sure national certified body, therefore promoting sustainable usage of biomass. And this is a very big milestone, if I may call it.
Once again, one needs to have a look at the multiple stakeholders which are revolving around NBIG, revolving around bush encroachment. The value that NBIG brings to the table is there to really play the role as a connector between the various entities, whether it is government, whether it is industry, whether it is individuals such as farmers, such as harvesters. NBIG serves as an industry body in that sense, and connecting the various stakeholders in the industry.
One of the reasons why NYS is a member of NBIG is basically for NYS to benefit from technical support from NBIG as far as biomass projects are concerned that the NYS is implementing. Secondly, is for capacity development purposes. So far, approximately 600 youth have been trained by NBIG at various intervals. As we speak, Namibia is the fifth largest exporter of biomass globally, and that offers quite a lot of opportunities for the youth.
The bigger, greatest achievement we can bring across to NBIG, which at the same time it can be an achievement but still a roadmap, is that of diversifying the biomass industry. I think there are quite a lot of opportunities which are building now in the industry, from bioenergy, from carbon credits. So we see a bigger vision to diversify the value chain. We see a bigger vision to diversify the different activities as well as markets which are happening within the industry. Nonetheless, we can actually acknowledge that we are still operating in a space of challenges. We still need to comply to environmental regulatory issues. We still need to strengthen capacity building aspects. And this is some challenges, but some of the opportunities which we see as far as the vision of the industry is concerned.
The most impactful success to date from NBIG has to see the NamPower project to fruition. NBIG's role cannot be discounted. If NBIG wasn't there to guide the process and to collectively engage the stakeholders and to be a voice for the private sector towards NamPower, there wouldn't have been any confidence in the project, and it may well have been scrapped in favor of other projects. But today, here we sit, it's a $2.6 billion investment for the country, and it's quite a unique project in that all the funds that will be generated from the power plant will flow back into the local economy, which is not something you can say for many of the other energy projects in Namibia. What excites me about the future of this industry is that we're only just starting. We're only just starting exploring biomass to energy. We're only just starting the the ramp up of the sector in terms of scale. So we've really been a nascent industry. It's been, at the grassroots level. There have been some value chains that have developed a bit further than others, but we're really now getting to the point where we're going to see a really strong trajectory of growth. And with that growth, you'll see diversification, and that's what excites me. It's not the things that I know that are coming, but it's the things that I don't know that really excite me. And I believe that there's quite a bit of that coming now in the next 10 years, looking back at what has happened in the last 10 years.
I would say that I'm excited to see the sector, the biomass sector itself growing, where you see more innovations coming through, whether it be the harvesting and processing technology. I'm excited to see when you see more and more participants, more entrants, more entrepreneurs, whether young or women coming through into the sector.
What excites me most about the future is that we do have a low-hanging fruit, which is an opportunity of resources which we can utilize if utilized sustainably. And as NBIG, we will continue definitely to actually take opportunity of our biomass resources, at the same time create a restored ecosystem which is able to actually create a ripple effect as far as our agriculture is concerned. I think it's very important as well that we acknowledge that our Namibian agriculture industry, about 60 to 70% of our population depends on agriculture. And this agriculture sector is impacted by the issue of bush encroachment. Unlocking the restoration opportunity unlocks a big ripple effect as far as our agriculture system is concerned. Therefore, we are excited. We are there to actually partner up. We are there to create networks. We are there to enable the environment. We are there to capacitate and strengthen capacities that we are actually implementing sustainable projects as far as biomass utilization is concerned in our country.
And when I think about NBIG's role, NBIG needs to, again, be looking forward as it goes. It needs to always constantly look at the next opportunity. It obviously will have to find a balance of addressing the current sector needs, but also then looking forward to see what the trends are in the sector, and maybe borrowing trends from other industries in other parts of the world. So I think NBIG's role will be more to guide the industry where the next opportunities are and try and uncover what those opportunities may be.
NBIG and ourselves have one goal, which is to build a stronger, prosperous and thriving biomass sector. So us working together would only augur well for the industry. And I look forward to strengthening that partnership. I look forward to continuing collaborating with the industry group in furthering the development of the biomass sector as a whole, and of course prosperity for our producers, for our farmers, and for Namibia as a whole.
The Namibia Biomass Industry Group is committed. The Namibia Biomass Industry Group is there to actually catalyze this opportunity we have from a national perspective. We are there to mobilize and bring key stakeholders, create a networked environment where we can realize the opportunity which lies within the energy part. I think the green energy industry is growing, and NBIG is appetized to actually contribute to this share as far as energy is concerned in our country. We are there as NBIG to strengthen capacities within the industry. We are there to work together with different key stakeholders to unlock both local and international opportunity as far as biomass utilization is concerned, therefore achieving a restored and good Namibia we have. As we sing in our national anthem, we want our land of beautiful savannas.